Group 1 Grand Circuit. The Fremantle Pacing Cup for 2003. Scrappy start. Barriers go back. Horses going all over the place. Very slow Sarbella, very slow Striking Fella. They've got tangled up. And Highest Honour got poleaxed there. There could be one almost coming to grief there. Highest Honour just squeezed through. Got badly checked. Red Common lost a lot of ground. So did Sarbella. So did Next Ruler. And they're strung out like last week's Washing on settling down. Golden Resonator began brilliantly and went to the lead. Moscow's moved up on the outside to second. The Humiliator third. You've never seen anything like it in the Fremantle Cup. There's 10 lengths to the fourth horse, and that's Striking Fella. 3 lengths away then to 4 lengths to Soki's Raider. He's about 40 metres off the lead, and the rest would cover another 40 metres, about 5 lengths away to Golden Gears, a couple of lengths to another party. One to Baltic Eagle going up on the outside of Red Common. After one came Highest Honour, a length to Next Ruler, and 2 lengths then to the handsome black mare Sarbella, about 60 off the lead, and Tricky Warwick now slowing them to a walk with Golden Resonator. As you'd expect, he's got away with grand larceny early with 3/4 of the field, almost knocked out of it at the start. Golden Resonator leads. Moscow's on his outside, and the Humiliator is third. Now they've caught them up quickly because they went so slow. Soki's rated a fourth. He's going to hook out Mark Reed. 3 deep he comes on the Little Chestnut, around the outside of the breeze now. So he's still in the race because they backed off so noticeably. He's going to let him go, Trevor Warwick, on Golden Resonator. Soki's Rater's gone to the front. So after all that, about 40 metres off the lead on settling down, and Soki's Raider is in front with a mile to run, and he leads by a length. Now right around the field to second, Baltic Eagle. Strange old race this. Golden Resonator is third. Moscow back to fourth and gets the one out, one back trail. 3 back the pegs is the Humiliator. And then Golden Gears, who won this race 3 years ago, is on the outside of Striking Fella, a little over length to Highest Honour. On his inside is another party, one to Next Ruler. Down on the inside to Red Common, and 2 away last is Sarbella. The lead time pretty leisurely in this company at 1:42.7, but backers of Soki's Raider will be nice and happy now because he's found the pegs in the lead. First quarter of the last mile, 30.5. He led narrowly. Going up on the outside is Baltic Eagle and Kim Prentice to keep him honest. A length and a half, Golden Resonator travelling beautifully against Trevor Warwick, and Moscow now getting a lovely run. He's 1 out and 1 back. 3 back the pegs is the Humiliator. Now Harper's off on Highest Honour. 3 wide around the field he comes from Golden Resonator. Further back to Striking Fella. Next Ruler goes 3 wide. Well back to another party. On the inside is Red Common, and 2 to Sarbella. And now they're sprinting. That quarter 29.1. The half in 59.6 out of the straight past the bell. And Soki's Raider having his first start in a couple of months in the Grand Circuit race. And he's a length clear. Baltic Eagle is second, and Golden Resonator sweats on a clear crack at them. Highest Honour is out 3 wide. He's finishing the race off gamely. Moscow's under pressure in the middle. Back on the inside, the Humiliator. Now Golden Gears taken to the outside, and well back to Striking Fella, and then another party off the back in 28.7. They're low flying behind Soki's Raider. A half length away second is Baltic Eagle. He refuses to give in. Highest Honour is looming up out wide. Golden Resonator back on the pegs, and a gap to Striking Fella in the straight. Soki's Raider tackled by Baltic Eagle. Highest Honour down the outside. Soki's Raider, Baltic Eagle. This is some horse, Baltic Eagle. He takes the lead, and we could have a superstar in the making. He wins at a half length on the line. Soki's Raider second. Third in was Highest Honour. They were all great runs, but the winner was outstanding. Golden Resonator close up from Sarbella, another party. Striking Fella, Red Common. Further back in the field then to the Humiliator at least. Well back Moscow, Next Ruler, Golden Gears, and Red Common pulling up quickly.
Away they go in the smoke-free cup, and Double Identity is kicking up, and it looks like he's going to hold the lead. Selby Bromack outside the leader. Going forward is Joe Fess. He's going to work outside the leader. Shaker Maker is on the favourites back, and they grab hold straight away. Go Charles follows the 1-1. Qatari Jager is on the inside. He's 3 back. Then Mamora Maker behind those on the inside. Jamestown. Friends for Life is second last, and going back to the tail end of the field is Awesome Willsborough. Favoured out in front, Double Identity. He's being left alone. He leads away by 4 metres. Joe Fest facing the breeze on the inside. Shaker Maker, he's got a beautiful run, but he just needs a split at a vital stage. 1 out and 1 back is Selby Bromack. On the inside, 3 back, Qatari Jager. Then in turn behind those, Go Charles. Jamestown, 4 back the inside, taking the cheap way home. Then Manwara Maker, Friends for Life. And at the tail end of the field is Awesome Willsborough. I don't think we'll see a change in order now, because we've got the favourite and the second favourite alongside of each other. They've got 1,800 metres to travel, and Harry had a look over the shoulder with Double Identity. He leads away at the winning post with 2 to go, and he's out in front by 3 metres. Joe Fest leaving him alone. Shaker Maker, he's getting a nice run on the leader's back. 1 out and 1 back is Selby Bromack. Qatari Jager, 3 back the inside, then Go Charles. Behind those, Jamestown. He's on the inside, 4 back. Then Manwara Maker. Awesome Willsborough on the inside, and Friends for Life at the tail. Lead time 1:17.2. That's fairly solid. Could be a little bit quicker for this class. And out in front, it's the favourite Double Identity. He leads away by 3 metres, and they'll go around like this forever, I'd say. It's just going to be a dash home. In second placing, Joe Fest. Shaker Maker locked up. John Justice is praying for a split so he can get back-to-back wins. Selby Bromack, 1 out and 1 back. Brian Hancock hoping that they lift the tempo in front. Then Qatari Jager. Go Charles on his outside. Manwara Maker is 4th last. He's on the outside of Jamestown. Then behind those on the inside in second last placing, Awesome Willsborough, and Friends for Life is last of all. First quarter 30.4. They go past the winning post at the half mile. Double Identity leads away, still by 1.5 metres to 2 metres. At his girth is Joe Fest. Shaker Maker on the inside. Selby Bromack 1-1. Then behind those is Qatari Jager. Go Charles, still no moves. In Manwara Maker on the inside behind those, Jamestown. They're going quickly now. Friends for Life past Awesome Willsborough. Double Identity in front. Joe Fest is still as his girth. 30.1 the second quarter. 60.5. Double Identity. He's travelling sweetly. Harry had a look over the shoulder. Joe Fest under pressure. Shaker Maker looks the only danger to the leader, and Harry's gonna kick away. John's got a chance. Joe Fest has had enough. Selby Bromack coming to the outside. Harry said go Double. There's no mistaken identity. It's Double Identity. He's in front. Harry Martin, age shall not weary him. He gets better with age. Double Identity first. Shaker Maker second. Go Charles 12 metres away third. Then Selby Bromack. Joe Fest, Friends for Life. Manwara Maker. Behind those, Awesome Willsborough. Jamestown beat 1 home, and that was Qatari Jager. Set to go for our derby. Jackalon, his half-sister Libra Jacker won earlier at Moonee Valley. Sloppy start outside the front away and racing. Albatross was fast away, 3 parts of a length clear. John's trying to cut across down to the inside. Safari kicks up, he's going to hold him out. Got awfully tight though, Safari leads away. Jackalon out wide, Anvil Raider made a mistake. DD's Dream away like a rocket. He's out 3 wide around the first turn and going forward. So Cool keeps the leaders back. No King in 6th placing. Rastas Khan 10 metres behind those. Anvil Raiders lost his chance. He's gone back to 3rd last. Just ahead of it was Franco Sequel, then Scruffy Murphy. Gee, they're going quick. The war's on. DD's Dream is taking on Safari. Safari's burnt early. DD's Dream couldn't get across him. We forgot about Awesome Albert. He's at the tail, giving the leader about 50 metre start. Action aplenty. So Cool pulling hard behind the leaders, trying to get off from the leaders back, but can't get out. Jackalon puts him in the pocket. He's 1 out and 1 back, but Safari leads away. Have a look at the lead time. 43.5. He does need a breather. Safari leads away. He's out in front by 4 metres. Second, DD's Dream. On the inside, So Cool is pulling too hard. Jackalon, he's got a beautiful set. He's 1 out and 1 back. No King on the inside, then Albatross. Rastas Khan on the outside of Scruffy Murphy. Franco Sequel coming 3 wide. No thought about it. Yes, coming 3 wide now as the pace slackens off. Brian Gath is trying to give the leader a breather. Awesome Albert on the inside. And then behind those, 3 wide with a card up is Anvil Raider. leader. Franco Sequel's getting up there cheaply. Jackalon is staying in, following DD's Dream. First quarter 32. He needs a similar second quarter. Safari, he's first up from a spell, and he's on track for a Derby win. He leads away by 2 metres. DD's Dream is outside the leader. Franco Sequel out 3 wide. Oh, Jackalon went roughly. I think he's choked down. So Cool. He's in trouble. He's out of the race. He's cleaned up No King, and also checked slightly there was Scruffy Murphy. I reckon he's choked down So Cool. That's the end of his derby. But it's not for DD's Dream. He powers to the lead down the back. They're coming at him though. Safari's going to hook off his back again. Jackalon out 3 wide. 4 wide is Franco Sequel. Safari couldn't get off the back of DD's Dream. Rastas Khan is running on for South Australia. He's behind them. He's ready to come 4 wide. Leaders have done work. DD's Dream in front. Franco Sequel 3 wide. Also there battling away was Jackalon and Rastas Khan down the outside. Franco Sequel and DD's Dream. Franco Sequel. Jackalon's kicking back. Franco Sequel in front. It's his derby. Franco Sequel first. Jackalon second. DD's Dream third. Safari got going again for 4th. Rastas Khan was 5th. Then Albatross, Scruffy Murphy. Behind those was Anvil Raider, No King. Pulled up last of the group was Awesome Albert, and So Cool choked down. He was pulled up out of the event.
Manifold Bay out to upset that. The green light's on. They're racing, and Shattering Class won the start. He won it easily. JT Warwick happy to let him go with Soki's Raider. He takes the trail. Meggie Deer goes forward. Manifold Bay is just holding up about 5th. Striking Fella showed some gate speed, and another party drives through from the back line. Okay, end of a couple of 100 metres. The 11-year-old's on top. It's Shattering Class, the leader in the APC. The mare, Meggie Deer, around the outside to the breeze. Now Manifold Bay's out there 3 deep. What's he going to do, Lang? He's going to press forward. He'll go up and try and get around Meggie Deer, and looks like Quarterpassi might let him go. Benji Man's 3 and 4 deep around them. Now Soki's Raider tried to get off the inside there and squeeze between Shattering Class and Meggie Deer. That was interesting. Couldn't find the room and ended up going back to the pegs. So it's on for young and old early. Shattering Class is the leader. Now Benji Man's gone up in front of all of them to the breeze. Manifold Bay reins back. He does get the 1-1. Soki's Raider again back on the pegs, and then Meggie Deer now 1 out and 2 back. Messiah 3 back the inside, and then Striking Fella. Chivalrous Fella on the inside of another party. A length and a half to the 4-year-old back in a Falcon. Golden Gears on the inside of Golden Resonator, and they are the last pair. The lead time was very slow. It was cat and mouse at 39 seconds, and then they up-tempoed when all that happened. The first quarter of the last mile in 29.5, and the grand old champ Shattering Class is the leader. Benjamin on the outside is keeping him honest, and here's another party letting go 3 wide. Back of the leader, Soki's Raider. Manifold Bay, the Vic in the middle. 3 deep back in a Falcon. Tracks another party into the race at the bell. Messiah buried inside Meggie Deer. 3 wide, Golden Resonator. Then Chivalrous Fella, Striking Fella. Golden Gears is looking at the whole herd. That quarter in 31. Shattering Class got a little bit of a breather. The half in 60.5. They race inside the 600. Shattering Class, can he keep going? He is joined again by Benji Man on the outside. Another party is a half length away and 3 wide, running on gamely. Soki's Raider, the little chestnut's full of running. He's just waiting on a clear crack at them. Manifold Bay's in gridlock. He's in between horses all over the place. Back in a Falcon around his outside, and then Messiah and Golden Resonator and Meggie Deer down the back in 28.7. Shattering Class headed by Benji Man. Another party still there. Here's back in a Falcon 4 wide. He can't find a run on Soki's Raider. In the straight, Benji Man the leader. Here's Terry Ferguson winding up back in a Falcon. Oh my lord, what a moment for Terry. Back in a Falcon takes the lead and wins the Australian Pacing Championship. He beat Benji Man and another party. Manifold Bay and Soki's Raider had no luck at all. Meggie Deer was next in, followed him by Messiah, Striking Fella, Golden Gears, Chivalrous Fella, Golden Resonator. Shattering Class, unfortunately, has finished at the tail of the field. The last. Stand by for a start. Biggest race of the year. History awaiting. The green light goes on. They're underway. Another party flew the machine. So did Baltic Eagle. Prentice pulled the whip on him early, and the big athletic fellow is going to run to the early lead. Another party goes up on the outside. Back in a Falcon. Couldn't go with the favourite. Shattering Class pressing forward out 3 deep and 4 wide early as Soki's Raider. Maggie Deer will rail up on the inside of Golden Resonator, who lobs midfield early. Manifold Bay got back. He's on the outside of the mare Sarbella. After one came Highest Honour and then Benji Man. And a chivalrous fella appeared to get a bit of a prat. He lost a couple of lengths, and he's dropped out 3 lengths astern of the field. So the favourite, Baltic Eagle for Kim Prentice, controls the race early. Now, he's a length clear right around the outside. Here's Benji Man. He's got the match put to the fuse, and he strides briskly up into the breeze. Back in a Falcon, the APC winner is on the inside. Going up in the 1-1 trail is Soki's Raider. That's a nice bit of driving by Warwick from gate 9. A length and a half to Old Shattering. He covers Maggie Deer. That mare 3 back on the pegs. A length and a half to another party outside Golden Resonator. Further astern then to Sarbella. She's railing up on the inside of the Victorian Manifold Bay. He's got back to third last, Gavin Lang. And then Chivalrous Fella and Highest Honour is back at the tail of the field. Now the lead time at 69.5. They're in dangerous territory, leaving this horse alone. That is slow, that lead time. Baltic Eagle is controlling the race. He pilots the field. Prentice at the tempo he wants, and he is a half length clear on Benji Man on the outside. Back in the Falcon is just lobbing along on the back of the leader, getting a lovely run. The little chestnut Soki's Raider is 1 out, 1 back, and then Maggie Deer. She's on the inside of Shattering Class, and then Golden Resonator, another party. Here's Highest Honour peeling out 3 deep from the back, and then Sarbella. Manifold Bay is second from last and 2 lengths away, Chivalrous Fella. First quarter of the last mile in 31.1 as they turn into the straight for the bell in the WA Pacing Cup. Whatever beats Baltic Eagle's got to win, doesn't it? The sectional's well and truly in his favour. He comes down the straight now as they start to up tempo. He's a half length on Benji Man. Manifold Bay galloped. Manifold Bay is out of business. Baltic Eagle is a half length on Benji Man. That quarter in 29.3. The half in 60.4. Back in a Falcon. Swats on a run. Soki's Raider just behind them. Followed by Highest Honour wide out on the track. Maggie Deer trying to force away off the inside. And then Shattering Class, Golden Resonator, another party. Well back to Sarbella, Chivalrous Fella, and Manifold Bay can't win. Inside the 450. And the leader is Baltic Eagle. Prentice sitting quietly for mine. 28.8 that quarter. A half length away, Benji Man. Soki's Raider about to make a line of 3. Back in a Falcon on a loosish rein behind them. Then Maggie Deer, Golden Resonator. Coming to the home turn. The Fremantle Cup winner is in front. It's Baltic Eagle a length on Benji Man. Then Soki's Raider and Maggie Deer. Baltic Eagle skipped away. You are looking at the new face of WA Harness Racing's elite. And it's the double to Prentice and Baltic Eagle. Fremantle Cup into the WA Pacing Cup. He wins by 3 lengths. Getting up on the outside, Maggie Deer might have got second. She's in a photo with Benji Man and back in a Falcon. After a gap came Soki's Raider. Then Chivalrous Fella, who made up some ground with Sarbella, another party. Golden Resonator, well back to Highest Honour, Shattering Class, and Manifold Bay, a crying shame. He got knocked out of it mid-race.
Baltic Eagle right up on the gate. Racing, Seals to Sam again. Well, Baltic Eagle galloped. Baltic Eagle broke up at the start, and he's going to be last shortly. And getting away brilliantly, Seals to Sam in front. Unique Icon worked across to second. And Young Rufus is up running third, Double Identity to fourth. Manifold Bay slipping up on the inside of Factor Non Verba. Then Wally Walton, who's on the outside of Mont Denver Gold. 8 metres to Smooth Satin. And then came Shaker Maker, and Baltic Eagle galloped at the start, and he's dropped back 15 metres away last. Young Rufus is out after the lead, and he's about to take over now. So the favourite, Young Rufus, has stormed to the lead. Heading down the straight with 2 laps left to travel. And it's out by 4 or 5 metres. Getting up into second spot now, Double Identity. And third, the inside was Seals to Sam. 1-1 is Unique Icon. Fifth on the inside, Manifold Bay. Factor Non Verba in the running line. Inside of it, Mont Denver Gold. It settles 4 back to pegs. Then Wally Walton. Getting up on the inside, Baltic Eagle. He's now third last. Around it was Smooth Satin and Shaker Maker at the end of the field. So 2 Into Dominion winners occupy the last 2 positions as they head to the back now. They've almost completed one lap. 1,600 metres left to travel in the SEW Hero Drive Victoria Cup, and the favourite Young Rufus, the Kiwi in front, owned by Victorians. Young Rufus 3 metres clear. Double Identity was second. On the inside, Seals to Sam third. One out, one back was Unique Icon. His driver Heath Redwood did a great job to get it across into that 1-1 position. It's heading off the back at the 1,400 in fourth spot. Manifold Bay with Fred Kersley, 3 back the inside. Then Factor Non-Verba, the other Kiwi, 3 back in the running line. Mont Denver Gold, 4 back the Pigs. Wally Walton on the outside of Baltic Eagle. Smooth Satin second last and Shaker Makers last. First quarter in 29.8. And Young Rufus heads down the straight with a bit over a circuit left to travel. He's been in outstanding form of late. Can he add the big Group 1 to his list tonight? It's Young Rufus 3 metres in front. Double Identity just edges a little bit closer. Seals to Sam third. Unique Icon running fourth. Manifold Bay fifth the Pigs. Factor Non-Verba around it. Smooth Satin going up 3 wide. Next the inside Mont Denver Gold. Shaker Maker 3 wide tracking Smooth Satin. And then back to the tail of the field Baltic Eagle and Wally Walton second last. 30.2 the second quarter. First half of the last mile in 60 seconds. And Young Rufus at the 600 is 3 metres clear. Double Identity second. Smooth Satin's worked up strongly. 3 wide into third spot. Seals to Sam behind the leader fourth. Then Unique Icon. Next is Manifold Bay. Further out on the track then to Shaker Maker from Factor Non-Verba, Mont Denver Gold. Young Rufus, Purdon starting to give them the slip. 28-1 the third quarter. Young Rufus, he's going for home. Round the turn, led 8 metres. Double Identity couldn't go with him. Smooth Satin third, then to the outside. Shaker Maker running on. But Young Rufus, he exploded away. This is another popular arm performance. He is charging clear. Young Rufus is number 1. Young Rufus brilliantly bolts in the Victoria Cup. He smashed them. Second, Shaker Maker. Wasn't it great to see him run a great race? Mont Denver Gold charged home. Then Factor Non-Verba. Wally Walton, Unique Icon. Smooth Satin dropped out. Baltic Eagle lost it at the start. Then Manifold Bay, Seals to Sam, Double Identity. Final quarter in 28.9. The 12 3-year-olds are in position. Racing in the Derby, the green light's up. Camlock with its head in front of What About 50. And over on the inside, the Thirsty Dog trying to keep them both at bay. Roll on Big Red, 4 out. And 5 wide is Kadupi into the first turn and a terrific charge early on. Next, the inside, Magic Albert, then Safari. Easing back now from a wide draw, the Warp Drive. And then Dee Dee's Dream So Cool, third last one off the Pigs. And then Ballast Boy and Lord Vader. Coming around the turn the first time, and Camlock has moved around What About 50 to go to the lead. Safari's kicking up in the middle. Roll on Big Red, they're both going for the same spot. Roll on Big Red, trying to get around Safari and Camlock. Roll on Big Red's looking for the lead. He's driven hard to get there and he'll take it up now. At the post with 2 to go. Roll on Big Red, the Queenslander, goes to the lead from Camlock. Third, What About 50. Fourth, Safari without cover. Then the Thirsty Dog, 4 back along the Pigs. On its outside was Magic Albert, who gets away from the peg line, taking off Dee Dee's Dream 3 deep. And then Kadupi. Fourth last is Lord Vader, then So Cool. On its inside, second last is the Warp Drive, and Ballast Boy, the favourite, is last as they head to the 1,600. Moves are being made now. Magic Albert peeled out in front of Dee Dee's Dream. Magic Albert will end up in the 1-1. Lead time 1:10.5, speed good. And the leader, Roll on Big Red. The Victorian Dee Dee's Dream goes to second. Camlock third, getting the run of the race. Magic Albert now in the 1-1. Then What About 50 in fifth position, 3 back the inside from Safari. Kadupi 4 back the running line. The pace is good. The Thirsty Dog back on the Pigs. Then So Cool around Lord Vader. Ballast Boy second last. And at the rear of the field is the Warp Drive. First quarter in 30.2. And they're making this a genuine staying test. Roll on Big Red in front. A neck away Dee Dee's Dream. Is he tough enough from where he is? Camlock third on the inside. He's got the drop on them. 1-1 is Magic Albert, the West Australian. Here goes So Cool. He strides up 3 wide and Ballast Boy is following him now. What About 50? 3 back the inside. Safari Safari the middle. Then the thirsty dog Kadupi. Lord Vader came out underneath the Warp Drive, who's now 4 deep and last. 800 to go. Second quarter in 32. And it's Roll On Big Red by a head. DD's Dreamer second. Third the inside Camlock. So Cool 3 deep. Magic Albert the middle. Ballast Boy 3 wide with cover the favourite. Then Safari. What about 50? Lord Vader, Kadupi, the thirsty dog. And last is the Warp Drive in the Derby. 500 left to travel. The Queenslander Roll On Big Red is being matched by DD's Dream. 4 metres to So Cool. Roll On Big Red under pressure. And DD's Dream going for home now, the Victorian. 4 metres away, So Cool. Roll On Big Red battling. Ballast Boy hasn't been let down yet. And then Camlock off the pegs. 28-3 the third quarter. DD's Dream in front. Here's So Cool and Ballast Boy. So Cool hit the lead, but quickly Ballast Boy loomed up on the outside. Ballast Boy hit the lead from So Cool. It's Ballast Boy and Tona Hurley here in front. Ballast Boy from So Cool, and Ballast Boy wins the Derby. Ballast Boy beats So Cool, who fought on well for second. 8 metres to Camlock. Then Lord Vader, Safari, Kadupi. Next home DD's Dream. Then Magic Albert, the Warp Drive, the thirsty dog. What about 50 and Roll On Big Red? Final quarter 30.1 and the mile rate of 159.7. Tapes release, away they go in the Hunter Cup. Arts Legend a little bit slow. Seals to Sam galloped out and also breaking past the Mustard. Oh, Shaker got checked. Seals to Sam knocks Shaker over. There's more trouble out wide on the track as well. Running into bother. Facton on Verba broke up. He was poleaxed by Past the Mustard. And into the first bend, the Fall Guy has been able to sprint to an early lead. The Fall Guy takes up the running from JB's Flash. 20 metres away back in third spot. Here's Mont Denver Gold got through the traffic. Unique Icon fourth. Then Baltic Eagle fifth, about 5 metres away Country Ways. Another 5 metres Hearts Legend on the inside of Wally Walton. Then Young Rufus. Next is Past the Mustard from Smooth Satin, Shaker Maker. And about 10 metres away then to Seals to Sam. And Facton on Verba was TKO'd and is 200 metres off the lead. Heading off the back, they are well strung out. And the Fall Guy in front with Darryl Douglas is 10 metres clear. JB's Flush is second, 20 metres away third is Mont Denver Gold on the inside of Unique Icon, who left the pegs. Then on the inside, Hearts Legend around it was Baltic Eagle, 5 metres Country Ways, another 5 metres away Wally Walton. Over on the inside was Past the Mustard. Next is the favourite Young Rufus from Smooth Satin. Then Shaker Maker, Seals to Sam, and Facton on Verba is 50 metres away. They've completed one lap. Heading down the straight with over 2 circuits left to travel. And the leader is the Fall Guy. 5 metres to JB's Flush. Moving up on the outside, the West Australian Baltic Eagle is now third. Fourth the Pigs is Mont Denver Gold. Unique Icon now with a cover in the 1-1. Then Hearts Legend, who's 4 back the inside from Country Ways. Past the Mustard, 5 back the inside. Around it, Wally Walton. Then Young Rufus, Seals to Sam, Smooth Satin, Shaker Maker at the back of the pack. And about 50 metres away, Factor Non-Verba. Heading into the back now, they've got 1,600 left to travel. The lead time in 1:54.4. And the Fall Guy leads. Baltic Eagle is second. In third position, JB's Flush has had a nice run. Unique Icon fourth. Mont Denver Gold's had a lovely run. He has a big sprint and he's fifth on the inside. Next is Country Ways on the outside of Hearts Legend, still no moves. Then came Wally Walton outside Past the Mustard. Young Rufus yet to go and he's 5 back the outside, the favourite. Seals to Sam the Pigs and then Smooth Satin as Young Rufus comes out 3 wide. And then Shaker Maker and a long gap to Factor Non-Verba. First quarter in 30 seconds flat. And the Fall Guy is the leader. The Fall Guy 3 metres to Baltic Eagle. JB's Flush has had a lovely smother third. In fourth position, Unique Icon as they get the bell. Young Rufus is moving up 3 deep. 3 back along the inside, Mont Denver Gold. And then Country Ways the middle. Smooth Satin 3 wide is tracking up the favourite Young Rufus. Next on the inside, Hearts Legend. In between runners, Wally Walton. Shaker Maker is 3 wide, 3 back. And then came Past the Mustard on the inside of Seals to Sam, a long gap Factor Non-Verba. Second quarter 30.7. The Fall Guy trying to do it all the way. Ahead away second is Baltic Eagle. JB's Flush is third. Unique Icon fourth. Young Rufus is out 3 deep. And then on the inside, Mont Denver Gold as Young Rufus is called on. 500 left to travel. And the Fall Guy led 2.5 metres. Baltic Eagle. Unique Icon coming out of the 1-1. Young Rufus is under pressure out wide. JB's Flush behind the leader. Mont Denver Gold gone off the pegs. And then Country Ways third quarter in 28. The Fall Guy Guy led on the turn from Baltic Eagle. Unique Icon, JB's Flash, Montenver Gold. Turning for home, the Fall Guy, Baltic Eagle, Unique Icon. Montenver Gold gets out. Young Rufus struggles out wide. JB's Flash trying to get through. Challenges are coming. Baltic Eagle grabbed by Montenver Gold. Smooth Satin late. Montenver Gold hit the lead. Smooth Satin flying, but Montenver Gold won the cup and beat Smooth Satin. A great go third. Unique Icons there. Also close up on the inside, JB's Flash with Baltic Eagle, Wally Walton, Hearts Legend, and then came Young Rufus. Next time Seals to Sam from the Fall Guy past the mustard, and then Countryways and Facton on Verba, who was knocked out of it early. Final quarter in 28.5.
For 2003, away and racing from the inside. Dallas April shows good speed. Amazing is going forward as well. And Lovey Dovey Lombo starting to muster across, showing very good speed. Sugars has to shake up the inside one. Dallas April. Lovey Dovey Lombo 3 wide, works to the breeze. Carla Renee behind those. Amazing drops on the leader's back. Linville Katie's out wide, being restrained. The favourite going forward. Talk and Power went roughly around the first turn. Albertique was checked and galloped. Albertique galloping, gets back into a pace. No, still galloping. Goes back to the tail and now pacing, lost about 15 metres. Sky Rainbow the favourite, 3 wide is going forward. Now behind those on the inside is Ainsley Lombo, who's 3 back, and Sky Rainbow goes up to attack this leader now. Talk and Power is 4 back the outside. Happy's first on the inside, then Linville Katie and Albertique after being checked. She's at the tail end of the field, about 12 metres away and losing ground. Lead time 46.1. Couldn't find the front with Sky Rainbow. Facing the breeze now, and out in front it's Dallas April leading the way by 3 metres. Sky Rainbow doing it tough, facing the breeze. Amazing on the leader's back. 1 out and 1 back is Carla Renee. Then in turn behind those on the inside was Ainsley Lombo. Then Lovey Dovey Lombo, who follows the 1-1. Happy's first is 4 back the inside. Then Talk and Power, Linville Katie. And Albertique is given plenty of room, about 10 metres away. Around the turn, first quarter coming up shortly. And Dallas Opal in front by a metre. First quarter 32.1. Sky Rainbow facing the breeze. Back on the inside is Amazing. 1 out, 1 back is Carla Renee. 3 back the inside was Ainsley Lombo. Lovey Dovey Lombo, the stablemate, is on its outside. Behind those, Happy's first. Here comes Albertique going forward, 3 wide. Talk and Power just in front of it, and Linville Katie at the tail end of the field. 32-1 the first quarter, after that 46-1 lead time. And Dallas Opal past the winning post, heading towards a half mile, in front by a nose. In second placing on the outside, the favourite Sky Rainbow. These others favourites have got work cut out. They're a long way back and trying to work into the race. On the inside is Amazing, then Carla Renee, who's 1 out and 1 back. Ainsley Lombo on the inside is held up. Albertique going forward quickly. Talk and Power trying to get onto its back, puts Linville Katie out 4 wide. Lovey Dovey Lombo between runners. On the inside, Happy's first and Linville Katie at the tail. Second quarter 32-3 at 64-4. Dallas Opal in front at the 400. Sky Rainbow on the outside, asked to go closer. Albertique continues to run on strongly. He's been a very good effort. Carla Renee on the inside, then behind those running on strongly now is Talk and Power. Behind those just battling away was Ainsley Lombo. In front it's Dallas Opal on the outside. Going to the front is Sky Rainbow. Albertique and Talk and Power down the outside. Talk and Power coming at Albertique and Sky Rainbow. Talk and Power racing greenly. She goes to the front and she's home. Talk and Power first. Second placing Sky Rainbow. Third was Albertique. Behind those in fourth placing, running on was Ainsley Lombo, just in front of Dallas Opal. Then Carla Renee. Amazing. Happy's first. Behind those was Linville Katie, and last home was Lovey Dovey Lombo.
Chariots. Stand by for a start now. They're ready. Racing. And the outside horses immediately taken back off the gate, and Nolarama punching through with Dinky Die. Playing with fire, got away well. Blue Gum Forest is dropping to the pegs. Sparkling Melody deeper out. 2 lengths to All Heart, Wahaka Lass, and Toodalombo Sky Rider at the tail. Nolarama's been able to keep the lead. She's a length to Dinky Die. Blue Gum Forest going up on the inside, and playing with fire into the 1-1 early. Wonder Sparkling Melody a length to All Heart, Wahaka Lass second last, and Toodalombo Sky Rider as they come down to the judge on the first occasion. And Nolarama is the leader. 3/4 to Dinky Die, posted on the outside. Blue Gum Forest is third. Playing with fire, 1-1. They slow up. Sparkling Melody, fifth, a length to All Heart, Wahaka Lass and Lombo Sky Rider. League time 40.1's about average. As they run to the back, it's Nolarama from Dinky Di and Blue Gum Forest. Playing with Fire as parked fourth, one out, one back, tracked by Sparkling Melody. Two to All Heart, Wahaka Lass and Lombo Sky Rider. Still no change in the order down the back. And Nolarama dictating terms in the lead, John Caldo. Leading by a half length, two on the outside, Dinky Di. Blue Gum Forest tracks the leader. Playing with Fire as one out and one back. A length to Sparkling Melody, one to All Heart, Wahaka Lass, and still Lombo Sky Rider last, and still no moves. Out of the back in a quarter of 31.8. An evenly run race so far, and still no moves at all. Nolarama the leader, by a neck to Dinky Di. Blue Gum Forest third, fourth Playing with Fire. He's getting the run of the race. A length away, Sparkling Melody, the Queensland mare back fifth, and then All Heart, Wahaka Lass, and still Lombo Sky Rider whips them in. They run down with a lap to go, and the leader has been there from the start, Nolarama, and she's getting a good run in the lead. Second quarter 31.2, it's a 63 half. Dinky Di on the outside, Blue Gum Forest the peg. Sparkling Melody starts a move, getting around, Playing with Fire. A length to All Heart, Lombo Sky Rider, and last is Wahaka Lass. 600 to go. Into the back the last time, and they pack up behind the leader, Nolarama. She's a half length, Dinky Di. Three wide, working up as Sparkling Melody. Blue Gum Forest behind the leader. Playing with Fire between runners. Lombo Sky Rider getting a good cart home, and then All Heart and Wahaka Lass, the two Queensland mares last. 28.8 down the back. They really flew there. Nolarama a half to Dinky Di. Sparkling Melody three wide joining in. Blue Gum Forest can't get out. Playing with Fire held up. Sparkling Melody's gallop there. Lombo Sky Rider got flattened in the straight. Nolarama headed up from Dinky Di. Blue Gum Forest back to the inside, and here's Wahaka Lass sprinting home. It's Dinky Di hitting the lead, but Wahaka Lass, the New Zealand mare, comes at Dinky Di. It's going to be tight. Wahaka Lass, I reckon. Wahaka Lass from Blue Gum Forest, who flashed along the pegs, and Dinky Di in a great finish. Then Nolarama, who weakened. Playing with Fire, All Heart, tailed off Sparkling Melody and Lombo Sky Rider in a scrimmage on the home turn. 28.4 last quarter.
Lines are good. Set. Away they go in the derby. Idle straight over on the inside, and Camlock dicing for the early lead. Bella's Boyle settle down third. They're being followed then further back by So Cool. Gotcha Mate well away from Nelson Cody, the Warp Drive, and Franco Sequel going up between horses. Camlock will take over the role of pacemaker as they go past the 2,300 metre mark. It's Camlock leading them up in the Australian Pacing Derby as Sulky's length. Idle Stride in second place. They're followed after 8 metres then by Bella's Boy, the Kiwi. Another 4 metres away then So Cool. Nelson Cody behind him, followed by Franco Sequel. Going up on the outside now as Nelson Cody pulled out in front of him to give him a trail. Sulky's length away. Gotcha Mate, the Tasmanian horse. He's second last, and over on the outside the Warp Drive is the last one. They've got about 1,900 to go in the derby now, and still cutting them along. It was Camlock with a break of a Sulky's length, but Bella's Boy confidently driven a long way from home. He slips up to second place, Hurley, and around him goes Nelson Cody. This might give him the trail. It will. Back on the inside of the pair of them came Idle Stride, and about 4 or 5 metres to So Cool, who's camped off the speed. A neck back to Gotcha Mate, a Sulky's length away. Franco Sequel is second last, and 4 metres back the Warp Drive is the last one. Well, they haven't been loafing, and as they come down to the 1,400 now, the leader here is Camlock. Now he grabs it and gives it a breather here as Sulky's length. Nelson Cody in second place faces the breeze as he tries to ease up here. Bella's Boy almost had to be checked there around him as Idle Stride remains second. A little bit of chopping and changing there, and catting and mousing as the leader here is Camlock, trying to slow them down. He's looking over his shoulder. He doesn't have to look far because Bella's Boy is racing up very quickly now. He's not going to mess around Hurley. He's going to face the breeze and try and outstay them all. 1,000 to go. Camlock is the leader here by 1.5 metres now. In second place, Bella's Boy. Idle Stride hasn't had to do any work. He's loafed third on the pegs. On the outside, Nelson Cody is fourth, followed by Gotcha Mate. He's running fifth back on the pegs, followed then by So Cool. Sulky's length away. The Warp Drive is second last, and the long neck back in last place is Franco Sequel. Sequel. Not much between first and last. 700 to go in the Australian Pacing Derby for Qantas. Camlock held back to the field by 2 metres to Bella's Boy. We'll see how good the New Zealander is now. In third placing is Idle Stride, who can't get out. Nelson Cody's got him bailed up. Gotcha Mate has got no room to move. On his outside, So Cool, about to come 3 deep. They'll sprint home now. Then came the Warp Drive, and back with him Franco Sequel. The leader Camlock only ahead. Coming after him Bella's Boy, the Kiwi. And here's Nelson Cody going up 3 deep. So Cool joins in 4 wide. Bella's Boy after Camlock from Nelson Cody, and then So Cool. Bella's Boy, the Kiwi has taken the lead. Coming late is So Cool. So Cool from the clouds. Franco Sequel. Franco Sequel has won it. Franco Sequel has beaten So Cool, Nelson Cody. Bella's Boy failed to stay. Then Idle Stride, followed by the Warp Drive, Gotcha Mate, and Camlock, the early leader, has Wigan to last.
So they're set to go. Ready to go now in the New South Wales Oaks. All ready. They're set and off. Awesomely on the inside began well. Winmar, alas, only fairly well away. Trudy began well, and going out fast was Fake Spirit in the centre. But Trudy's got a lot of dash out of the gate, and she'll cross and lead Fake Spirit, Buena Cerebella, and Ashley's Bay's being sent forward quickly early. She's out 3 wide, going around Dana Bromack, and on the inside awesomely as Fake Spirit's going to go to the lead. Midfielders Party Date around Winmar, alas. Well back has listened to the rhythm and raptured, and moved to the left has dropped out to last. In the straight the first time, and the New Zealand filly goes to the lead. Fake Spirit from Buena Cerebella and Trudy. Ashley's Bay moving up on the outside. Dana Bromack next, followed over on the pegs by Awesomely. A link the Party Date on the outside of Winmar, alas. Third last then has listened to the rhythm from move to the left, and Enraptured is at the tail of the field. Lead time 40.1, and it's Fake Spirit in front by 1.5. Ashley's Babe ahead away third Trudy. Buena Cerebella is now 1-1. Over on the inside, 3 back is Awesomely. Dana Bromack 3 back on the outside from Winmar, alas. On the outside is Party Date from Enraptured. Listen to the rhythm second last, and move to the left is the last one. They've got 1200 to go, and it's Fake Spirit in the lead. Ashley's Babe sitting on the outside, doing it tough without cover. Trudy on the inside is third. 1-1 Buena Cerebella. 50 inside and 3 back is Awesomely. Party Date going around the outside, 3 wide, tracked up by Listen to the Rhythm. Dana Bromack being shuffled right back in the race to about third last around Winmar, alas. And the last pair are moved to the left and Enraptured. They come in to get the bell now. Fake Spirit from Ashley's Babe. On the inside, third and locked away is Trudy. Then Buena Cerebella. Party Date out 3 wide, tracked by Listen to the Rhythm. Awesomely back on the inside. Dana Bromack's got cluttered away in the centre. A long way back has moved to the left, and then Enraptured, and last is Winmar, alas. 30.8 that quarter. The half in 64 seconds, going to the back the last time, and it's Fake Spirit in the lead. She's out by 3/4. Ashley's Babe, who's got to do it a bit tough tonight. Third Trudy on the inside. Party Date 3 widers under the whip. Buena Cerebella likewise in the middle, and then on the inside next was Awesomely, followed by Listen to the Rhythm. Dana Bromack a mile back, and then Winmar, alas. 400 to go. 28.4 a fast quarter. Fake Spirit 3/4 of a length to Ashley's Babe. 2 lengths to Trudy, and then Listen to the Rhythm out very wide, making some ground from Party Date. Dana Bromack a mile back. Fake Spirit, those giving them plenty to chase. She's kicked away, in fact. Ashley's Babe's under the whip, followed on the inside by Trudy, and then coming to the outside Awesomely, but it's another New Zealand classic win. Fake Spirit is sprinting away with the New South Wales Oaks. Awesomely up the second, but she's won easily, Fake Spirit. Awesomely second. Winmar, alas, third from Listen to the Rhythm. Ashley's Babe, her first defeat, out of the money. Then Enraptured, followed by Trudy, Buena Cerebella. Dana Bromack never in it. Party Date and moved to the left last. 29-1 the final quarter.
Up behind the mobile, the George Calvert Cleaning New Zealand Derby, a stunning field. Group 1 status, $100,000 worth. They're at the start. They're racing, and Light and Sound began well on the inside of Elsu. All Star Blue Jean goes back, and Jackson Brown fires out in the middle and spurts to the lead. Crosses to the markers. Light and Sound trying to keep him out there and can't accelerate to stay with him. So it's Jackson Brown that reached the lead. Light and Sound, and Mark Purden comes out and goes round him again. All Star Blue Jean just drops back a little bit. Elsu runs through to third, followed through by getting a nice run up on the inside inside Napoleon, and so too Raptorial. All-Star Blue Jean the outside, and Rare Return the inner, followed by Rest Home Howard Bromack. Getting back a bit to Oscar Wilde, followed by Blair John, and going to the back is Miracle Man in the Derby. Into the back they run. A new leader, Elsu, goes around Monsters Light and Sound. So he had a couple of tough nuts to try to crack, but Elsu goes to the lead down the back. Two clear of Light and Sound. Jackson Brown followed the outside by Napoleon, Rare Return, and just behind them Raptorial. Back on the inside, Blair John made ground along the markers, and All-Star Blue Jean settled in the midfield. Going around is Howard Bromack. Rest Home 2 lengths away, Oscar Wilde 3 back, and at the back of them all is Miracle Man. And as they run down the side of the 1600 metres, leader is Elsu by a length and a quarter. Light and Sound now gets a perfect trail. Howard Bromack comes forward in the outside, whips around 3 wide, lands up outside of Light and Sound. Jackson Brown's on its inner. Rare Return back on the inside, getting a soft run at the moment. In the centre is Napoleon, and Raptorial's on its back. Blair John on the inner. They were followed by All-Star Blue Jean, Rest Home, Oscar Wilde, and at the back is Miracle Man, giving the leader about a dozen lengths. 116.7 the lead. Down the straight they run. Elsu getting away with fairly comfortable quarters here. Going up to have a crack at him now is Tony Hurley. He takes Raptorial up on the outside of Light and Sound. Howard Bromack locks back to get the 1-1 set, 32.6 the quarter. Howard Brad just in behind those runners. On the inside of Howard Bromack was Jackson Brown. It's being followed by Rare Return. Next on the outside, Napoleon, All-Star Blue Jean. Up on the inside of All-Star Blue Jean is Blair John, Rest Home, Oscar Wilde, and still Miracle Man sees the lot of them with 800 metres to go. Speed goes on a bit more. Second quarter about to tick over as they travel down the back, and 29.8. And leading the New Zealand Derby field is Elsu. Raptorial sitting the breeze, Light and Sound the trail. Howard Bromack on the outside of Jackson Brown. Next is Napoleon and Rare Return. They were followed over on the outside. All-Star Blue Jean about to go out and go forward, and Oscar Wilde has cranked out 4 wide. They were followed in behind those by Blair John and Rest Home, and out the back of the field is Miracle Man. Inside the last 300 metres, leader is Elsu. Elsu, Raptorial, Light and Sound will get the passing lane run. Over the outside, Howard Bromack, Napoleon, All-Star Blue Jean wider out on the track, but Elsu kicks here. Elsu, Napoleon, Howard Bromack through the middle, and All-Star Blue Jean is wider. Raptorial is still there. Now Light and Sound having the last kick, but they go to the line, and Elsu wins the Derby. Elsu, a brilliant win. Elsu and David Butcher, Light and Sound, and third Howard Bromack in a photo with Raptorial and Napoleon, and not too far away All-Star Blue Jean, Rare Return, Jackson Brown, Rest Home, Blair John, and behind the Miracle Man and Oscar Wilde. They're racing in the 2003 Thunder Down Under into Dominion Pacers Grand Final, and Niobium burst out from number 1 as expected, and Shaker Maker has come with it. They were followed out by Bruisem, and getting a run through Holmes DG right on the back of Niobium. A length and a half to Torpedo, Sly Flyin, Baltic Eagle 3 wide going to the first turn. In behind those Mondenver Gold, Where Eagles Dare. About a length away Western Light, and 2 lengths further back to Stars and Stripes and Village Chief. Into the back they run, and with just over 2,100 to go, Niobium unchallenged in front. Holmes DG has the trail. Shaker Maker 3 lengths away, and Baltic Eagle and Kim Prentice from Western Australia on the move, and Shaker Maker keeps him out there 3 wide. Bruisem is next. Mondenver Gold getting a luxury run up on the inside. They were followed by Torpedo. Then getting through on the inside of Torpedo was Western Light. About 2 to Sly Flyin, Where Eagles Dare, Stars and Stripes taking off around them from the back, and at the back of the field is Village Chief. They run down the side on the southern side of the track, 1,600 metres from home in the Thunder Down Under 2003 Pacers Grand Final, and in front is Baltic Eagle got to the lead. Shaker Maker sitting parked. Here's Stars and Stripes going to make a race of it. He comes up 3 wide. He won't let Baltic Eagle have it on his own. In behind them, Niobium getting a perfect set. Holmes DG 3 back. Anthony Butt takes Torpedo up 3 wide and challenges. Here's Sly Flyer moving. They're all coming from the back. Where Eagles Dare, the lead was 1:13.1. It's followed by Village Chief. Mont Denver Goal getting tucked away 4 deep along the markers. Bruce in the centre and Western Light in behind them. Round the turn out of the straight they run 31.9 the quarter. Into the back they go to the 1,000 metres and Baltic Eagle. Here comes Where Eagles Dare having a crack at him. And at the moment it's Baltic Eagle gliding along in front. Where Eagles Dare lands up outside. Sly Flyin' goes up 3 out now. There's a breaker and Torpedo met trouble, and who went out? One of the horses in the field went out. It was Bruisem. Inside the 800 metres they go, and Baltic Eagle takes them down the back. Right on the outside of Baltic Eagle as they travel down the back, and nicely poised on the outside is Torpedo, and they were followed then in the inner by Niobium. Village Chief it was that made the run around the outer. Village Chief went up outside the leader. Where Eagles Dare is 5th. They were followed by Holmes DG, Sly Flyin'. Mont Denver Gold is tucked away on the inner. In past the 400 metres they run. Torpedo was next, then Western Light, followed by Shaker Maker and Stars and Stripes. They head for home. The Thunder Down Under Pacers Grand Final, and Baltic Eagle swings for home, and he's got up a full head of steam. Down the straight he comes, Baltic Eagle. They can't run him down. Here comes Mont Denver Gold with a late run. Baltic Eagle, Western Australia. They go to the line. Baltic Eagle, Kim Prentice, hand in the air. He loves this moment. Mont Denver Gold is second, and Holmes DG has flown into third. Western Light was fourth. Village Chief followed by Niobium. Where Eagles Dare and Sly Flyin', Shaker Maker, Torpedo and Stars and Stripes, and Bruisem was put out of the race with about 900 metres to go. Castle and Mission the back a bit. Getting to the start, there's the green light, and the Thunder Down Under 2003 Trotters Grand Final on the way. And who's the first out? Frugaleko and Do's Invasion, and Speed coming wider out on the track from Cordon Rouge. In behind them, having a bit of a gallop there just for a second or two, was Sunnies, went wide. They were followed by Special Force, got through. Over on the inside to JBR, Major Decision, and alongside of it Sundowner Bay. Take a moment, being restrained early towards the back, and just beside it now is Martina H and Castleton's Mission, and Goal some distance behind them. Into the back they run. 2,100 metres left, and Frugaleko by 2 for Tony Hurley. Dropping into trail after a wide draw. Cordon Rouge got a beautiful position. Adu's Invasion left in the open. They were joined on the outside by JBR, got away from the markers and getting through Major Decision, followed by Special Force, Sundowner Bay. Just a bit rough with Sunnies, went wide but manages to recover and goes up on the outside of them. They were followed after those getting back. Martina H, Take a Moment, the hot favourite, and second to last of the bunch with Castleton's Mission. Michael House is going to follow the favourite every tick of the clock, and about 5 lengths away to Gold. Inside the 1,600 metres on the far side, and Frugaleko by a length. The Do's Invasion, Cordon Rouge coming forward. Sunnies wide. Special Force getting the drag up in behind it. 3 wide. JBR in the centre. Major Decision 3 back along the markers, followed by Sundowner Bay. Martina H was next. Take a Moment follows Martina H. Then Gold making ground, and Castleton's Mission. 1:14.2 was the lead time. They head down to the winning post with a lap to go. The Thunder Down Under Trotters Grand Final. Frugaleko, Adu's Invasion attacks and goes up level. 32.1 the quarter. 3 out around those to Sunnies in the trail. Cordon Rouge, JBR the centre, Special Force 3 wide. Major Decision getting a soft enough run. 3 deep, the markers looking for luck. Sundowner Bay the centre, then Golden Martina H, and Take a Moment hasn't moved yet, and neither is Castleton's Mission. Into the back they travel, and as they get down to the 800 metres, Frugaleko by about a head only. Right beside it, Adu's Invasion, the attacker. About 3 wide, Sunnies trying to go forward in the trail. Beautifully placed Cordon Rouge, and JBR and Special Force Force takes off wide. Is followed by Martina Rach and Take a Moment. They're starting to sprint from the back on the far side. The second quarter was 30.3. Out of the back in the Inter Dominion Grand Trotters final and Special Force 3 wide. Tried to get to the lead. Is followed through Galeko on its inner. And between the pair as they line up, a Do's Invasion. Martina Rach, Take a Moment is 5 wide. And 6 wide is Castleton's Mission. Sundown Bay looking for luck. And in the centre, JBR and Major Decision. They head for home the final stretch. Special Force, the 1999 champion. Here comes Martina Rach, and here's Take a Moment, and down the outside, Castleton's Mission. Take a Moment, Castleton's Mission. Take a Moment, take a bow. Take a Moment. He's won his second Trotters final. Castleton's Mission's only a head away. Sundowner Bay has sped through for third, is followed by Martina Rach. Then JBR, Martina Rach just ahead of it. And on the inside was Major Decision. Special Force may have been a little closer at the finish. As they pull up, they were followed by Cordon Rouge. Then came through Galeko, a Do's Invasion, and Gold. And down the track behind them all would have been Sunny's.
Green light goes on. Fleur Moreau, they reckon she didn't have any gate speed. She's missed it, I reckon, by 6 lengths and didn't gallop, just absolutely blitzed at the start. Will be near last. Out very smart wide out was Stiletto in search of the lead and its 7th consecutive win, I might add. And it's going to cross them from the extreme outside alley. Scott Dyer fired it out of the mobile like a shot out of a gun, and Stiletto takes up the running. Over all 4 firing, and 2 lengths away then to Wichita Gem. Desert Dealer firing up and getting straight onto the steel. About to be joined and passed by Montana Jane. A little over length then to going up on the outside, Onassis Legacy, who won a prelude. On the inside is Party Date. Pride of Clare Lobs in the middle. 3 deep now from the back of the field is Fleur Moreau after that very poor start. Million more down on the inside of Sky Rainbow, allowed to drift back, and Chelsea Park is last on settling. The rain starts to ease as they head down to the top of the straight with about 1,800 metres to tramp. They've almost completed 1 circuit, and the Victorians already are running 1-2. It's Stiletto, the lamplighter, about a half length on Fleur Moreau, who's got dazzling speed once she warms to her task. She settles sweetly onto the bit at the leader's wheel. Third is All 4 firing, followed in the 1-1 by All Colours Flying, rather, followed in the 1 out, 1 back trail then as they leave the home straight behind them by Wichita Gem. 3 back the pegs is Desert Dealer, who's still hard onto the steel. Montana Jane is 1 out and 2 back, and then Party Date, Onassis Legacy, well out of it. Million more from Pride of Clare. Sky Rainbow is second from the tail, and Chelsea Park is looking at the whole herd as they head down the riverside. Lead time in 70.8 is probably about average in these conditions. They head inside the 1200, and Stiletto from Victoria led 3/4 of a length on Fleur Moreau and John Caldo, who's put that horse to sleep at the leader's wheel. All Colours Flying is running third. Going up in the middle then is Wichita Gem. Now from the back of the field, here's Sky Rainbow getting something going out wide. Desert Dealer back on the inside. 3 deep goes Chelsea Park around Montana Jane in the middle as they come down the straight to get the bell. Pride of Clare taken to the outside in the Oaks, and then Onassis Legacy. Party Date and Million more. That quarter in 31.8 after 32.5. So we've got a half in 64.3. They're at the right end of these two because the sprint is about to go on. It's Stiletto about a half length on Fleur Moreau. Given more rain by Caldo, draws within a neck of the leader now. A length away then to Sky Rainbow, finishing gamely. All Colours Flying along the inside. In the middle, moving up Wichita Gem, about 2 lengths Montana Jane. And then Onassis Legacy. Desert Dealers pulled too hard, and Pride of Clare can't go on. 29 won that quarter. There's Victorians everywhere. At the 250, Fleur Moreau put ahead in front of Stiletto. Sky Rainbow's a length away. And then All Colours Flying, Onassis Legacy, Wichita Gem, and Montana Jane. But around the turn, Fleur Moreau, some run, went to the lead. Here's a West Aussie. It's Onassis Legacy down the outside. Won the prelude. It's going to win the final. Onassis Legacy and Stretch Goldfritz have won the WA Oaks. Onassis Legacy came away to beat Fleur Moreau. Pride of Clare got going again to run third. In behind them, Sky Rainbow and Stiletto. Wow, that changed complexion quickly. Chelsea Park next in, a gap to Montana Jane. Wichita Gem, Million more. Party Date, All Colours Flying. Desert Dealers run last.
Gate coming into the home straight. They're all set. Soon be away. Ready. Lights on and they're off now. Roll on, Big Red began well. Camlock not quick out. He drifts back. Keep safe. One of the roughies has gone away fast. Raptorial going with it. And out wider Apollo Red, but Keep Safe will lead to the first turn. From Apollo Red, Raptorial. 2 to Roll on, Big Red immediately coming off the inside from Franco Sequel. Camlock midfield. Ace of Spades next from Panorama Scene. Mahi Lord. Howard Bromack drifting back to last with Elsu. Apollo Red goes to the lead now. And down the back on the first occasion, Apollo Red leads by 2 to Keep Safe. A length away third, Raptorial. Going up on the inside of Raptorial is Franco Sequel, and then Roll on Big Red 1-1 early. Here's Ace of Spades taking off, so Roll on Big Red went in front of it. In the centre is Camlock. Panorama Scene going up on the pegs. 2 lengths to Mahi Lord, 2 to Elsu, and Howard Bromack is last. Heading up towards the turn, and Roll on Big Red's going to roll on to the lead now. And with just over 2 to go, the Queenslander has taken over the running from Apollo Red, and Ace of Spades went up without cover. Keep Safe now 3 back on the inside, and Raptorial is 1-1 a length to Franco Sequel. Camlock 3 back on the outside of Panorama Scene. Mahi Lord third last, second last Elsu, and Howard Bromack whips them in as they run past the judge with 2 to go. Roll on Big Red by a length. Apollo Red, Ace of Spades is third on the outside. Here come the Kiwis starting their moves. Mahi Lord came out 3 wide, but he decided to go back in again. Elsu was getting onto his back, so he's going to continue to go on. Howard Bromack will track him forward now, and as they race into the back straight, it's Roll on Big Red from Apollo Red. Third on the outside, Ace of Spades. 1 out and 1 back, Raptorial around, Keep Safe. Elsu coming around them, 3 deep and tracked into the race by Howard Bromack. Between runners is Camlock. Back on the pegs and then pulling hard, Franco Sequel locked up, followed by Mahi Lord, and Panorama Scene is last. Lead time was pretty quick, 1:11.2 in the first quarter, 31.4. Approaching the turn, Roll on Big Red stacks them up. Leads a half to Ace of Spades, and here's Elsu joining in on the outside. He goes up 3 wide. Apollo Red behind the leader. Camlock's come out 3 wide now. He gets around Raptorial. It's getting pretty tight here. Keep Safe back on the inside. 3 wide now is Mahi Lord, and then Howard Bromack off the track from Panorama Scene, and Franco Sequel last on the inside. 30 seconds a second quarter. The half in 61.4. Roll on Big Red has them stacked up here. Elsu at his wheel on the outside. Third a neck away Apollo Red. Camlock striding around 3 wide around Ace of Spades, and Keep Safe the inside. 4 wide Howard Bromack. He's been pretty deep for a while. Mahi Lord 3 wide. Raptorial 3 back in the middle. 4 back. The pegs hopelessly locked up. Franco Sequel, and Panorama Scene is last. 400 to go. Roll on Big Red from Elsu. Third on the inside. Apollo Red can't get out. That quarter in 29.9. Camlock 3 wide, still coming into it. Ace of Spades held up between runners, and then Keep Safe on the turn. Roll on Big Red for Queenslander. Half length to the Kiwi Elsu. Camlock 3 wide and Apollo Red in the straight and the derby. Elsu raced up to Roll on Big Red. Camlock's going after him. Clear then of Apollo Red, but Elsu in front. Camlock is trying to get to him, but it's another New Zealand derby win. Elsu wins the Pacers derby a half length. Second is Camlock, third Apollo Red, and fourth Mahi Lord. Then Ace of Spades, followed by Keep Safe. Roll on Big Red. Roll on, he dropped right out with Howard Bromack. Well back was Franco Sequel. Second last was Panorama Scene, and Raptorial last final quarter, 28.9.
Again, listen to the rhythm breaking. She doesn't know what it's about tonight. Listen to the rhythm. She misses it by 10. Green light is on. They're racing this time. And Miss Galvanator came out fast, but Ashley's Babe, she's got great high speed, and Morris sends her straight forward to the top. And within the space of 200 metres, the odds-on favourite takes control. Lara Croft has enough speed to keep behind her in second. Rosalind goes up on the outside to third, and fourth over on the inside, Bronski Gorgeous. Miss Galvanator is fifth, 1-1 on settling down. Then Should Be Red, Laughing Meadow. Dancing Navajo's not going to sit back. Grant Dixon is going forward 3 wide and about 10 lengths away to Listen to the Rhythm. Last of all, Ashley's Babe, after a brilliant start, has steadied the speed 1 mile out, and the lead time was covered in 38.7, which isn't fast. Ashley's Babe bowling along from Lara Croft. Sydney Fillies are 1-2 for the moment. There goes Dancing Navajo with that 3 wide run. She's slipping around Bronski Gorgeous over on the inside, and Rosalind in the centre. Then Laughing Meadow inside of Miss Galvanator. Well, she's lost her position. She's out to third last. Second last is Should Be Red, and 10 away. In fact, make it 20 now to Listen to the Rhythm, who's a long last. Ashley's Babe is a clear leader as they run around the home bend, 1,200 metres out. And the first quarter of the last mile was in 31 seconds. Peter Morris has her travelling smoothly in the lead, Ashley's Babe. No worries for those who took the shorts. She leads the way from Lara Croft, who trails her. Travelling third, Bronski Gorgeous, a length back fourth, Dancing Navajo. And it looks as though she's increased the speed, Ashley's Babe. She's rolling along at a good bat as they leave the bell behind them. Laughing Meadow, fifth over on the inside. Then came Rosalind. Miss Galvanator, the second favourite, faces a big task from there. Then Should Be Red, and forget about Listen to the Rhythm. Inside the 800, that quarter 29.8. She certainly did up the ante. The half was in 60.8. Travelling down the back straight, it's Ashley's Babe out in front. Lara Croft sticking on gamely second. Bronski Gorgeous was third. Then Dancing Navajo. Laughing Meadow, and it's inside. 2 lengths to Rosalind. Then Miss Galvanator and Should Be Red. But most are off the bidders. Ashley Babe is sailing along out in front. She's travelling towards the end of the third quarter. Ashley's Babe leads from Lara Croft second. Bronski Gorgeous third. Dancing Navajo and Laughing Meadow was struggling. Should Be Red pulled out wide. Then Rosalind and Miss Galvanator. But he gave her more rain and she went swish, Ashley's Babe. She went out by 3-4 at the bend. The quarter down the back was in 28.9. She's kept going faster and faster and even faster up the straight. She's home and hosed. Australasia's best 3-year-old filly. Ashley's Babe is going to bolt in. Lara Croft runs a game race. Ashley's Babe beat Lara Croft to the Oaks. Bronski Gorgeous third. Dancing Navajo held on for fourth, just in front of Miss Galvanator. Then Rosalind, Should Be Red, Laughing Meadow, and Listen to the Rhythm was last throughout. For Campbell's Wholesale Cash and Carry, great sponsors of harness racing here at Albion Park. Set to run. Stand by. Green light is on. They're racing this time. Look at Albert Kelly from the second line. He began brilliantly. He's already up in third position. Left Devil and Scruffy Murphy began fast. Left Devil went to the lead as they drove into the first bend. But Albert Kelly's right behind him. He's coming early. Scruffy Murphy third. Miss Galvanator fourth. Then Western Pacific. Followed by Emmerich Overdrive, Might and Glory. Camlock balances up in midfield. 2 to Bronski Gorgeous. 3 to Pepper Jack. Avonhurst and So Cool's last of all. Albert Kelly is alongside Left Devil. Matthew Nielsen, who won last year's Derby, has to make up his mind. Hold the lead or take a sit. For the moment, holding the lead. Left Devil with 2 laps out, led by 1 length. Harpley now sits up on Albert Kelly. Looks as though he's in for a tough trip tonight. Scruffy Murphy, third behind the speed. Miss Galvanator is 1-1. Western Pacific, 3 back on the pegs. Emmerich Overdrive travels 6th, 1 out and 2 back. Outside of Might and Glory. Camlock was travelling next. He's in the second half of the field. Trailed by Bronski Gorgeous, then Pepper Jack So Cool, and Avonhurst is last of all. At least 15 lengths covers the Derby field as they race down the back straight to where they started. Just over 1 mile left to run, and it's a Queenslander out in front. Left Devil, he's going to try and do it all of the way, and the lead time was covered in 76.8. Albert Kelly racing with no trail. The favourite is second. Third behind the leader, Scruffy Murphy. Miss Galvanator's 1-1, and they've put on the brakes in the middle stages. Western Pacific travels next. Inside of Emmerich Overdrive. Then Camlock outside of Might and Glory, followed by Bronski Gorgeous. There's the first move in the race. Alan Donoghue on So Cool sends the Victorian 3 wide, trailed by Avonhurst, and last of all was Pepper Jack. They race up towards the home bend. They've got 1,200 metres left to run, and Left Devil trying to lead all of the way in the Derby ran the first quarter of the last mile in a very comfortable 32-4. Nielsen's had an armchair drive, and the driver on Albert Kelly, Bruce Harpley, wouldn't mind the speed being moderate either. A lap out, the bell rang. Scruffy Murphy tucked in behind the speed third. 1-1 Miss Galvanator. Camlock pulled out 3 wide. He went to 5th. He's in for a tough trip home. So Cool's got the trail behind him. Over on the inside, Western Pacific. Emmerich Overdrive between runners. Then Might and Glory, Bronski Gorgeous, Avonhurst and Pepper Jack whipped them in. 800 left to run. 31-2 the second quarter. It's a pretty comfortable half. 63-6 as they travel to the back for the last time. And Left Devil should have something left in the locker, but Albert Kelly is moving closer. He's now only a neck away. Scruffy Murphy's enjoyed the run of the race. He'll need the sprint lane. Camlock is up to 4th, 3 wide. Miss Galvanator between runners. Emmerich Overdrive is trailing home 3 deep. They're followed by Western Pacific. Then Bronski Gorgeous, Avonhurst, Might and Glory, Pepper Jack and So Cool has dropped right off inside the 400. The quarter down the back in 28-7. Albert Kelly is now laying down the law to Left Devil. There's a head in it. Camlock's up to 3rd. Scruffy Murphy needs a run. Amric Overdrive and Miss Galvanator under the whip. They're at the home bend in the Derby. 200 left to run. Albert Kelly went to the front, but Camlock is going to pose a big danger. Albert Kelly and Camlock. Here we go. Albert Kelly finding Camlock, can't reach him. Amric Overdrive to third. Albert Kelly's Derby beat Camlock, Amric Overdrive and Avonhurst. Then Miss Galvanator, Bronsky Gorgeous, Scruffy Murphy, Pepperjack, Western Pacific, Left Devil, Might and Glory and So Cool was a long and distant last.
Now they're ready for the Victoria Oaks. Racing. Coming out of the gate quickly was Aleppo Lady, and going with it was Ashley's Babe, and deeper out each way left the gate fast. Ashley's Lady's about to roll to the lead, though, the favourite going into the first turn. Dana Bromack fourth, ending up three back along the pegs, and Julie's Equity lobbed into a nice spot 1-1, but is going to quickly hook out and go around each way. Midfield was Awesomely, stuck three deep at the moment, and kicking up through in the centre was Lombo's Silhouette, and then four back along the inside was Golden Slipper, then Botswana. Back to third last, Lovey Dovey Lombo, and the stablemates are second last and last. Classical, and it's about to go forward, and Pullover Brown is last. Coming down the straight now, they're still sorting themselves out. A bit over 2 laps to go, and Ashley's Babe is back to speed right off for the early part of the race. They're still sorting themselves out. The Kiwi fillies are going forward as Awesomely went up to second, but wanting to take cover. Lombo's Silhouette driven hard by Jodie Quinlan to get around to the death seat, because Classical and Pullover Brown, the Kiwi fillies, are following her forward. Turning out of the straight, Ashley's Babe in front. Getting up to second now was Lombo's Silhouette. In third position was Aleppo Lady, and off the track, Classical still moving up. Awesomely in between runners. Pullover Brown three wide on the back of its stablemate Classical. Dana Bromack three back the inside, getting an economical run. Julie's Equity now back on the outside of Golden Slipper. Then each way, who was about second best out of the gate, is now back second last on the outside of Lovey Dovey Lombo, and 5 metres away Botswana. Lead time in 1:12.8, and the leader is the favourite, Ashley's Babe. Moving up to second, Pullover Brown. She's going to test Ashley's Babe. She might have choked down. I think she choked down, Ashley's Babe. Oh, she's finished. She's out of the race, I think. It's messed up the field big time here. Dropping back Aleppo Lady and Golden Slipper, and she must have choked down. Ashley's Babe has dropped out of the race, and it's all over for the favourite. And going to the lead now is Pullover Brown. Dropping in behind it was the stablemate Classical, and each way has made a move around the outside to go and sit without cover. A lap to go, and Pullover Brown's in front and leads from each way. Third was Classical, fourth was Awesomely. Three back along the inside was Lombo's Silhouette, then Julie's Equity. Next is Aleppo Lady. Around it, Dana Bromack had to get off the pegs. The field reshaped, and then Golden Slipper, Lovey Dovey Lombo, Botswana, and you wouldn't have believed it. The favourite, Ashley's Babe, is out of the race. I can only presume she choked down, but she did a long way from home. 31.6 the second quarter. First quarter 31.1, and Pullover Brown leads down the back 3 metres to each way. In third spot, Classical. Fourth, Julie's Equity, 3 out. Then Awesomely. Next on the inside, Lombo's Silhouette. Dana Bromack's out 3 wide now. Going past the 400. 29 the third quarter, and the leader Pullover Brown 3 metres in front of each way. Julie's Equity. Classical behind the leader. Turning for home though, Pullover Brown swings into the straight with Anthony Butt clear. The stablemate Classical getting the run in the express post lane. Pullover Brown 5 metres in front. She's well clear. She's got the Oaks one. In fact, it's a Quinella for Jeff Small. Pullover Brown wins it. Classical second, and getting through for third, Lombo's Silhouette. Then Julie's Equity each way. Dana Bromack Awesomely, Golden Slipper, then Lovey Dovey Lombo, Aleppo Lady, Botswana. And you wouldn't have believed it unless you were here. And the favourite was pulled out of the race. I'm only guessing that she choked down, but that was a big shock. Changed the race completely. Ashley's Babe pulled up at about the 1200. Final about set to go. The Neville start. Australian Oaks, Group 1, 50,000. And they're ready for a start. And the green light's up. They're off now. Aleppo Lady's got its head in front. Classical the inside, and Pullover Brown's out 3 deep. So the stablemates are going to be 1-2 now. Aleppo Lady grabbed hold of. Lombo's Silhouette can kick up on the inside as Classical leads into the first bend. Then out 3 wide was Awesomely, is pressing forward early on as Pullover Brown has a go for the lead here and is about to take up the lead role. Awesomely moves up into second spot. Working hard out 3 wide, moving up was Catch Me. Lombo's Silhouette's 3 back the inside. On its outside was Aleppo Lady, and then Broadway Idol, who's 4 back the inside. Next 1 wide as they ahead down the straight was Fake Spirit, 5 metres away. 2 each way. Second last is Zigzag and Stiletto's at the rear. At the winning post, 2 circuits to travel, and Anthony Butt has Pullover Brown, the long odds on favourite, leading the way. Catch Me sits without cover. Classical, the stablemate of the leader, is getting a lovely run behind it now, and Lombo Silhouette's next on the pegs. It's 3 back the inside. Awesomely has got some cover in the running line. 4 back the inside, Broadway Idol. Then Aleppo Lady, 5 metres away, Fake Spirit. Next is Each Way, it's third last, and then Zigzag. And Stiletto is at the rear. They have 1,600 metres left to go. Lead time in 1:13.9. And Pullover Brown going for the big Oaks double. Leads the way on Classical. Without cover was Catch Me. Here comes a move, and Fake Spirit moves up. So the New Zealand fillies are going to be 1, 2, 3 shortly. And Fake Spirit has sprinted up to get up on the outside of Pullover Brown. In third spot, Classical. Fourth is Catch Me. Lombo Silhouette next the inside. Then Awesomely, who's sixth. 4 back the pegs is Broadway Idol. 5 metres Aleppo Lady, and then Each Way, it's 1 off the pegs, third last from Zigzag, and last is Stiletto. 31.4 the first quarter of the last mile. They have 1,100 metres left to travel, and the favourite Pullover Brown on top. 5 metres away second was Fake Spirit, third was Classical, in fourth position Catch Me. Then Lombo Silhouette, 3 back along the pegs from Awesomely. Zigzag going up 3 deep, Broadway Idol 4 back the inside, then Each Way in the middle, 3 wide Stiletto, and now back to last is Aleppo Lady. Heading out of the straight, they're approaching the 800 metres, and Pullover Brown's on top. Second quarter in 31.1, which is just a little bit quicker than the first. Fake Spirit was second, Classical in third position, and then in between runners was Catch Me, and then out 3 wide was Zigzag. 3 back the pegs, Lombo Silhouette. Stiletto 3 wide, riding home on the back of Zigzag, and then Awesomely the middle, Broadway Idol 4 back the pegs, then Each Way, and last is Aleppo Lady. 500 left to travel. The New Zealand fillies are 1, 2, 3 off the back, and Pullover Brown leads away by 2.5 metres or breaking there. There was trouble. Lombo Silhouette came back and badly checked Broadway Idol and Aleppo Lady. The third quarter in 28.8, and Pullover Brown with Anthony Butt. He's 4 metres in front of Classical. It looks the only danger to it at the moment. Catch Me went back to the pegs. Fake Spirit struggling, and Stiletto peeled to the outside. It's Pullover Brown 5 metres in front of Classical and not getting any ground off it, and Pullover Brown is dashing away. Pullover Brown takes out the Neville R Star Australian Oaks comfortably. It's Pullover Brown from Classical. Third home goes to Stiletto, a terrific run. Then Catch Me Awesomely. Each Way, Fake Spirit weekend, and then came Lombo Silhouette, who was in some strife at about the 500. Badly affected the chances of Broadway Idol and Aleppo Lady, and they're back at the rear, and with them was Zigzag. The final quarter, 29.1.
Mobile 50 metres away from release point. Stand by for a start. Double Identity runs the favourite. Green light on racing. Smooth Satin might have paced roughly for a stride or two soon after the starter. Power Tune brilliantly out, trying to cross Clifton Knight early. Joy to Behold straight away to third. Comedy Classic fourth. Flashing Red fifth and wide around the first bend. Double Identity has settled down in sixth position. Just behind him came Joe Fest, working away from the pegs. 2 to Smooth Satin. Then came Jam and Easy Does It, and Yahoo Buckaroo is last of all. Oh, Power Tune scooted away early, led by 4 or 5 lengths, tore away from his rivals. Clifton Knight settles second. Third on the outside is Comedy Classic. Joy to Behold went to the pegs. Flashing Red was next. Might actually be 3 wide, Flashing Red. Double Identity is following it. Joe Fess is following Double Identity. Smooth Satin tracks the pair. 2 to Jammin, 3 to Yahoo Buckaroo, and Easy Does It 15 lengths off the lead, last of all. Lead time 36.7, 1400 out. The Queenslander Comedy Classic took control mid-race and led by 1. Flashing Red went to the death seat. Power Tune third. In a fourth, 1-1 position, Double Identity. Fifth over on the inside is Clifton Knight. Joe Fest travels sixth. 1 out and 2 back. Joy to Behold, 4 back on the pegs. Inside of Smooth Satin. No 3 wide moves. Then Gem and Yahoo Buckaroo, and Easy Does It last of all. First quarter 29.4. It's Comedy Classic in control, 1 lap out, led from Flashing Red. Third behind the leader, Power Tune. Double Identities 1-1. Harry Martin heard Yahoo Buckaroo coming. He came out 3 wide. Yahoo Buckaroo now gets a trail. Joe Fest between runners, sandwiched in traffic. Clifton Knight over on the inside. Smooth Satin latched onto the back of Yahoo Buckaroo. He gives Harry Martin on Double Identity 5 to 6 lengths. That's a long long way. Then Easy Does It, followed by Jam Joy to Behold is out to last. Second quarter 31, 60.4 the half. Comedy Classic travels down the back. A long neck Double Identity. Up to third Yahoo Buckaroo. Flashing Red was next. Then came Smooth Saturn. He's up to midfield. He's still got work to do. Joe Fest goes back nearer the inside. Then Jam and Easy Does It. Power Tune dropped off. Then Clifton Knight and Joy to Behold. The quarter down the back straight was 28 and 4. Comedy Classic urged along by McCarthy. Double Identity given full ball by Harry Martin, and he drew to a length lead. After him, Flashing Red under pressure. Joe Fest can't get clear. Smooth Saturn comes to the outside, but he's got to catch Double Identity. Homeward bound, Double Identity in front from Flashing Red, and here's Smooth Saturn eating up the ground, but Double Identity still in front. You've got him, Harry. Double Identity wins again. Flashing Red second, Smooth Saturn third, Joe Fest fourth. Then Comedy Classic, Yahoo Buckaroo, Joy to Behold, Easy Does It, Jam and Clifton Knight and Power Tunes last.
Track cleared, tapes release, and away they go. The old fella Rocky stepped away well and is looking for the lead from I'm 1-2. And Action After Dark began like a rocket, and it's driving up on the inside. Rocky might be fortunate to keep the lead here. Yes, it will. Action After Dark just had a brilliant beginning, and it goes through to second. Shaitan was third, and then back in fourth spot was I'm 1-2. And Dandon's got through to midfield. He began well enough. He's fifth early on, and then Son of Flair. Wide around it was Morning Sands, and then Back in My Day. Second last is Lester Scott, and with that awkward action, Bundabo Road a couple of metres away at the rear. But it's Rocky in front, a 12-year-old. Ann Broad has Rocky 6 metres clear. Action After Dark in second spot with Ian McMahon. I'm 1-2 is third as they head down the back. They've got 2.5 to go, and Dandon galloped. The favourite has gone for a gallop early on and has drifted back to the end of the field now. Moving around them out three wide, Morning Sands is going to go and sit without cover. And Shaitan, who began well today, is going to get a pretty good run. One out, one back. Three back the inside was I'm 1-2. Then Son of Flair. Back in My Day outside Lester Scott. And then came Bundabo Road, and Dandon is about 40 metres away. Around the turn, they've completed one lap, and they'll head down with 2 circuits left to travel. And the leader is the rank outsider, and that is Rocky at odds of $50 on Super Tab, and it's 5 metres in front. Morning Sands is second. Third was Action After Dark, getting the run of the race. Shaitan one out, one back with 2 circuits to travel. Fifth is I'm 1-2 on the inside with Glenn Daldy. 3 back the running line, Son of Flair, and then came Lester Scott. Back in My Day, 4 back the outside, and then Bundabo Road last of the main group with Kieran Gath, and about 25 metres away the favourite Dandon galloped, and he's well off the pack. He's made up about 20 metres on them already, but he's still about 45 off the lead. Into the back they head now, 1,700 metres left to travel, and the leader is Rocky. 3 metres away in second spot, Morning Sands and Mick Cabone, but it's obliged to sit without cover. Third was Action After Dark. Fourth is Shaitan. It's getting a good run. One out, one back with Grant Campbell. Then I'm 1-2 on the pegs. Next is Son of Flair, 3 back in the running line. Lester Scott's on the inside of Back in My Day. Then a sulky's length to Bundabo, and Dandon hasn't made any further progression. It's 20 metres away last. The lead time 2:03.9. They've got 1,300 to go, and the leader is Rocky. 3 metres away second, Morning Sands. Action After Dark's had a lovely run on the pegs. Third, Shaitan fourth. I'm 1-2, 3 back the inner. Then Son of Flair with Russell Thompson. It's 3 back the outside. Buried away on the pegs was Lester Scott and Chris Lang, as Son of Flair is now coming out 3 deep and latching onto its back now. Jodie Quinlan with Back in My Day. Then Lester Scott came on the outside of Lester Scott was Bundabo Road, and 15 away last is Dandon. The first quarter of the last mile in a solid 31.2, and the leader is Rocky. In second position was Morning Sands. It's been without cover most of the way. Action After Dark is third. 3 wide, Son of Flair. Shaitan in between runners, and then came I'm 1-2. Back in My Day off the track from Bundabo Road, Lester Scott, and they drop off Dandon. 31.9 is the second quarter. Down the back, galloping Shaitan put a hole in his manners again, and he galloped. Morning Sands is under pressure, and the 12-year-old Rocky has to be reined up, but it's 2 metres in front. Son of Flair driven along, but he is sticking on, and Back in My Day's moving up strongly out wide. Action After Dark going well, can't get a run. Morning Sands battling, and then I'm 1-2 into the clear, and right off the track Bundabo Road from Lester Scott. Third quarter, 30.4. Rocky turns just in front of Back in My Day. Wider Bundabo Road. Action After Dark coming out. Going for a gallop. Morning Sands. Back in My Day went to the lead. Bundabo Road's after it from Rocky. Action After Dark getting home now. Bundabo Road. Back in My Day. Bundabo Road went to the lead. And Bundabo Road's coming away. Big effort from Bundabo Road. He was trotting very scratchily early on, but he stretched out strongly with Kieran Gath, and Bundabo Road beat Back in My Day. Action After Dark third, and then came Rocky. Next in Lester Scott from I'm 1-2, Son of Flair, and then came Morning Sands and Dandon and Shaitan. Final quarter in 32.7.
Jack Cade's up, Lee Robbins facing up, Falcon Rises ready. Holmes DG just about to take station in his position. Rest of the front row coming forward. Holmes DG just in behind the front row. Lifeline wants to go up. Mr. DG's on tenterhooks at the moment. Gracious Night, last year's winner. They're off and racing, and the running of the Canterbury Draft Centennial New Zealand Cup's underway. Falcon Rise stepped out well from Lee Robin. Wide out on the track. Just an Excuse has made a wonderful beginning. He's going up, and Jack McCade is going to keep him 3 wide early. They were followed by Jagged Account. Next on the outside as Elsu made a startling beginning as well. They were followed by Sly Fly on the inside, just between them all hard. Elsu was 3 out, just steering back behind those runners. Then Annie's Boy about 2 lengths further back to Cool Hand Luke, Holmes DG and Panky's Pacer. 2 further away to Young Rufus, the back marker, Gracious Night in the inner, and Mr. DG. So they stream round the turn into the straight for the first time. The 2003 Centennial New Zealand Cup, and Just an Excuse. Todd Mitchell has gone to the lead with a favourite. So Just an Excuse goes to the lead by 2. Jack Cade will take cover. Falcon Rise third, Lee Robin fourth. Coming away from the markers, Jagged Account. Sly Flying 5 back on the inside, joined in the outer by All Heart. Then the 4-year-old Elsu racing in the clear on its own. Annie's Boy and Panky's Pacer behind it, followed then by Gracious Night making a bit of ground. Cool Hand Lucas next to that, Holmes DG and Young Rufus and Mr. DG. Pace doesn't look to be extremely strong, but they run into the back. 2,200 left, and Just an Excuse the leader. Jack Cade happy to sit in behind him. The first mover is Elsu, and David Butcher moves it around the outside. The 4-year-old is going to steam up on the outside of Jack Cade, and coming around Young Rufus and Tony Herlihy. He ranges up 3 wide and going up to sit outside the leader. Falcon Rise was next on the inside. Jagged Account is next to that. Lee Robin tucked away on the inside, and it's joined in the outer as they travel down the back by All Heart. Sly Flyer next along the markers. Annie's Boy beside it, followed by Panky's Pacer. A length away to Cool Hand Luke, Gracious Night, Holmes DG and Mr. DG. They race out of the back. They're almost at the halfway point, and Just an Excuse in front. Right beside him now, Young Rufus, quite happy to sit outside him. In the trail is Jack Cade, nicely positioned, getting a sweet run. It's followed the outside by Elsu's beautifully positioned now. Falcon Rise the inner, about a half a length back on the outside. Jagged Account, his stablemate Cool Hand Luke coming forward 3 wide. Lee Robin is 5 deep in the inner. In between them All Heart, Mr. DG is following Cool Hand Luke around. Sly Flying is buried. Annie's Boy, Panky's Pacer, followed by Holmes DG and Gracious Night. The lead time was 2:06.8, so they're not going any big time. And the first quarter of the last mile should tick over any second as they run the turn out of the straight. Past the pavilion they run, and the leader, Just an Excuse, has head up the field. It's Just an Excuse getting to the 2,000 metres. Is joined on the outside now as they travel into the back by Cool Hand Lucas, ranged up outside, and Mr. DG 3 wide. Jack Cade getting an absolutely soft passage in the inside, and they were joined by Young Rufus around the outside. Elsu doesn't want to be far off the pace when the whips are cracking. Falcon Rise back on the inside, 30.4 the second quarter, and down the back they run, joining Falcon Rise on the outside now as Jagged Account is followed wider out by All Heart, trying to get into it. Gracious Night, Lee Robin well and true truly buried. So's Annie's boy, Sly Flying Panky's pacer, and next to those Holmes DG, 7 lengths between them all. Just an excuse, and he's only got his nose in front. 400 metres to go. Just an excuse from Cool Hand Luke and Mr. DG. Jack Cade will get the passing lane. Is followed then by Young Rufus and Elsu out and out to get the outside of them. It's Just an Excuse accelerating. Cool Hand Luke, Jack Cade looking for a run on the inside, and here's the 4-year-old Elsu down the outside. It's Just an Excuse. Elsu, and coming late is Jack Cade along the end of it. Just an Excuse is the glorious Centurion in 100 years of harness racing history. He's produced the goods and he's won it. Just an Excuse, a brilliant win. Jack Cade came late but didn't quite nail him. What a finish. Just an Excuse, just too good, and he's won the Cup for 2003. Jack Cade did his level best, and there were many thrills outside too for owners and punters alike, trying to decide which one was going to be the victor. But Just an Excuse and Todd Mitchell, who makes it 3, I think, in the last 4. So the free-for-all, Take a Moment, makes his reappearance again today at the Cup Carnival. They're off and racing, and he began well on the inside. Take a Moment, Westland Sun flew to pieces, and making a good beginning wider out to take over as Frugal Echo. Take a Moment is eased, and Superstar a go and Young Pointer go up. Anthony Butt skillfully got away from the mark as he didn't want to be trapped away, so he's in a 1-out position already, followed by Sundowner Bay and Play On. Call You Later made the decision, a gap to Aramid, and Westland Sun got going again but lost the best part of 20 metres. Into the back they run on the free-for-all. Superstar a go-go's taken over from Young Pointer, challenging him, and Take a Moment now on a forward move. Frugal Echo 4th. It's joined by Sundowner Bay and Play On. Call You Later a length away, striding out and going forward. Major Decision follows that, a gap of 4 to Aramid, and 6 or 8 further away to Westland Sun. Down the back straight, and they're going at high speed. It's Young Pointer in front now. Take a Moment, the champ goes up on the outside. No sense being parked out here, thinks Anthony Butt. I'll go to the front. So Anthony Butt takes Take a Moment to the lead, out by a length and a quarter. Young Pointer second is followed by Superstar a go-go. Sundowner Bay left in the open. Frugal Echo 4 deep alongside of it. Call You Later. It's followed by Play On, well buried with Major Decision next to that. 2 or 3 further back to Aramid, and 6 or 7 to Westland Sun. Racing round the turn into the straight, the lead time 1:13.1. So as they straighten up for the run into the straight, 1400 left. Take a Moment eases off the pace a little bit. He's out by 2 lengths, so he's dropped the speeds fractionally. Young Pointer in the trail. Superstar a go-go. Sundowner Bay. Call You Later. Aramid's going around to attack 3 wide. Play On buried on the back of Superstar a go-go and Frugal Echo, and just on the outside of it, Major Decision. Westland Sun is trapped onto their back, so they've raced past the winning post, the quarter, 33.5. Did he back off the speed or didn't he? So just dawdled down the straight, and he's out by a length and a half. Aramid's the new attacker at the 1,000-metre mark, is followed by Young Pointer. Then came Sundowner Bay, Superstar a go-go, Call You Later and Frugal Echo. Major Decision a length and a quarter back with Play On, and Westland Sun is 3 away. Into the back they run to the 800 metres, and Anthony Butt now takes the big champ clear by 2, 800 metres to go. Second on the outside, Aramid. Young Pointer on the inner, 31.7 the second quarter, but they're piping the tune now as they travel down the back straight. They were followed after the first 3, Sundowner Bay, and then on the inside of Sundowner Bay, Superstar a go-go, Call You Later, Frugal Echo, 2 lengths away to Major Decision. Play On and Westland Sun. They race out of the back and Take a Moment. Now he says and tests them. He's out by 2.5 lengths, and Anthony Butt about to let him go. Round the turn he comes, and Take a Moment's left them to it, 3 lengths away. Struggling Young Pointer to stay with him. Aramid's run to second, and Sundowner Bay, one of the veterans of the field, coming solidly down the outer. Take a Moment well clear. Sundowner Bay doing well and coming well as Major Decision, but Take a Moment, just a glorious win, and it's win number 16 in a row. Take a Moment, he's won it by 4 lengths. Sundowner Bay, Major Decision, then Call You Later, Young Pointer, Play On. Aramid was next, Superstar a go-go, Frugal Echo, and Westland Sun. run. Played with them. Take a moment, just absolutely a class above the trotters in the world, and I dare say, well, not in the world perhaps, but in New Zealand, and has absolutely annihilated this field, and they're not mug trotters, these ones.
Moving in well. Thank you, Sam. Moving up, Ladyship Mile, Group 1 for the mares. As the gate heads up the side of the track, favourite is Lagoon Lady, and only narrowly in front of Sassy Sarah as they come to the home turn. Set to go now. Ladyship Mile, Group 1 mares, here they go. Set and off. Lagoon Lady near the inside, only fairly away. Jammin's gone away fast, so did A Day's Pay, and Duet's on the inside as they go to the first turn. A Day's Pay's going to look for the lead and get it from Jammin and Duet's. Oh, she broke A Day's Pay. She's galloped into the first turn, and Jammin is going to go forward to try and head off Duet's. A Day's Pay still in a break. Lagoon Lady getting around it, so is Pete's Dream. Then Sassy Sarah, Nola Rama, and back to last Wahaka Lass. She's still galloping A Day's Pay. The West Australian mare's putting herself right out of the race, and up the back Jammin took control from Duets, and on the outside third Lagoon Lady, a length to Pete's Dream. Fifth is Sassy Sarah, 2 lengths to Nola Rama, Wahaka Lass, and 4 or 5 lengths to A Day's Pay out to last. 30.2 the first quarter, and Jammin in control here from Duets on the inside of Lagoon Lady. Pete's Dream is 1 out, 1 back. They're followed then a length away next Sassy Sarah, followed by Nola Rama. Day's Pay's caught them, goes through on the inside, and a length away last is a Wahaka Lass as they come down to the judge to get the bell, and it's Jammin the leader. She's out by a length to Lagoon Lady on the outside. Duet's behind the leader. Pete's Dream is 1-1, and then on the pegs 3 back A Day's Pay, a length to Sassy Sarah, 2 to Nola Rama, and Wahaka Lass is last. 32 the second quarter, the half in 62-2. Into the back now, Jammin the leader from Duets on the inside without cover. Lagoon Lady, Pete's Dream the 1-1 around the outside of A Day's Pay. Sassy Sarah getting moving now. She's easing out to put in her challenge, tracked by Nola Rama, and 2 to Wahaka Lass along the back, and Jammin the leader. Duets has got 1 off. Lagoon Lady under some pressure. Sassy Sarah's 4 wide out of the back, and then A Day's Pay has made up a heap of ground from Pete's Dream, and Nola Rama right to the outside. Third quarter, 30.1. It's Jammin a half to Duet. Sassy Sarah up to third. 4 widers, Nola Rama. Lagoon Lady's gone around the turn, heading for home. Jammin from Duet's the outside. Sassy Sarah joins in, and then Nola Rama. It's Jammin, Duet's, and Sassy Sarah. Sassy Sarah got a hit in front of Duet's. Nola Rama's winding up down the outside. Sassy Sarah, Nola Rama flying close. Oh, not sure. Sassy Sarah, Nola Rama, take your pick. Duet's third. From Wahaka Lass, Jammin, Pete's Dream, A Day's Pay, and Lagoon Lady trailed them in 28-7 last quarter. Gate coming down the side of the track. 8 across for the first time in a Miracle Mile. And they're all set. Here they go. Ready. Off, Blue Light, narrow way. Jack Cade not all that quickly away. The Falcon Strike not quick out either. Sokiola's begun fast with Selby Bromack and Double Identity. And the Falcon Strike will kick up, but Sokiola sped to the lead at the first turn. Surprised everyone. Sokiola in front of the Falcon Strike, immediately coming off his back. Selby Bromack going to the pegs from Double Identity and Jack Cade. Smooth Satin over to the inside. Second last is Baltic Eagle and a length to Just an Excuse. Into the back now, and Sokiola is in charge of the Falcon Strike, who goes up on his outside. Third on the pegs is Selby Bromack, and Double Identity is slotted into the 1-1. Smooth Satin is making ground. 3 back on the inside of Jack Cade, a length to Baltic Eagle, and 2 lengths to Just an Excuse as they leave the back. First quarter in 28-6. Sokiola tackled by the Falcon Strike, who goes up within a head of the leader. Third on the pegs then is Selby Bromack. Double Identity the 1-1. Smooth Satin over on the inside from Jack Cade, a length away then to Baltic Eagle. And last of all is Just an Excuse as they come down for the bell. And Sokiola is the leader. Slowing up a little bit to here, leading 3/4 to the Falcon Strike, and Selby Bromack is on the pegs. 1-1 is Double Identity from Smooth Satin on the inside of Jack Cade. Baltic Eagle is second last and a length to Just an Excuse. 30 seconds a second quarter. 58.6 for the half. And the Victorian Sochiola narrowly from the Falcon Strike, who's going up to put the pressure on him now. Third on the inside, Selby Bromack. Fourth, Double Identity. A length away to Smooth Satin on the inside of Jack Cade. Baltic Eagle a long way back, and Just an Excuse was last. Down to the 400. Sochiola about a neck in front of the Falcon Strike. No run there for Selby Bromack, and then Double Identity. 28.9 the quarter along the back. Smooth Satin nowhere to go. Jack Cade and Baltic Eagle are coming to the outside. They come to the top of the straight, and it's Sochiola. The Falcon Strikers under the whip to get to him. No run, Selby Bromack. Double Identity, Jack Cade and Baltic Eagle down the centre. Sochiola in front. The Falcon Strike's gone. Double Identity comes at Sochiola. Jack Cade joins in. A big finish, but Sochiola clings on. He's won. Sochiola all the way from Jack Cade, Double Identity and Baltic Eagle. Then Selby Bromack, Smooth Satin, Just an Excuse, and last to finish is the Falcon Strike. Final quarter 28.5, mile rate 154.5. Sochiola has caught everybody out, surprised everybody, straight to the front, and an all-the-way winner. Lance Justice, and has landed a double tonight with his two runners. Sochiola brilliantly out of the gate, crossed everything on its inside, found the front and refused to give in.